Don't think for a second that the right doesn't have just as many problems. RINOs are a problem. And I don't mean in like a cutesy way when we talk about RINOs. RINOs are a real problem. RINO, Republican in name only. Republicans who are infatuated with the days before Donald Trump ever came down that golden escalator and announced he was running for president. Republicans who I swear are more comfortable in the minority than they are in the majority. And these same Republicans are already planning on life after Trump in 2028.
I think there's a good shot that the Republican Party is going to need to be rebuilt and reoriented either after this election or Donald Trump is reelected after he is the president.
The Republican Party that many of us came up through and worked with does not exist, Jim, and we want it back. We want to take it back.
And they are going to try to take it back. One report even claiming that the Bush family is, quote, plotting to end the so-called Bush exile as part of an effort to retake control of the GOP from Trump and his Make America Great Again policies once Trump is gone. Like Trump didn't happen. Like the last 10 years didn't happen. Meaning in the mind of RINO Republicans, Republicans in name only, all they have to do is survive the next 2.5 years and the party will be theirs once more. How twisted is that? How twisted is it that for almost a month, no one in Washington has had any idea what happened to Mitch McConnell after he apparently went into cardiac arrest on June the 14th? Republican senators John Thune, John Barrasso even claimed they talked to McConnell this week and had lengthy conversations where they debated world peace, negotiated an end to all wars, and solved world hunger, all in the course of 20 minutes. And they expect us, good little lemmings, to just believe them on their word, because John Thune said so about a guy who probably hasn't had a lengthy conversation for a long, long time.
And a string of
running for re-election in 2026.
That's right.
Mitch McConnell is worse than Joe Biden. He's not president, he's a senator, but he is worse than Joe Biden. Instead of just retiring, this is what we're left with. A senator, a Republican, who apparently went into cardiac arrest last month, and other senators on the right who are covering for him right now, allegedly, reportedly. It's Joe Biden all over again, only this time it is RINOs covering for Mitch McConnell instead of Democrats covering for Joe Biden.
If this were any other president, and if it were Trump or any other Republican, we would be on the air right now talking about the 25th Amendment. It is a scandal what we've been told and what we're now hearing and what we all saw with our own eyes on Thursday night.
President Biden's weakness, seen on the world stage, is dangerous. Joe Biden is stumbling, he's bumbling, he's blundering into a disaster. It's not one night of forgetfulness on the debate stage. It's 3.5 years of a pattern of failures.
Not one of them has called on Mitch McConnell to resign, and I have a problem with that. John Thune is the Senate Majority Leader for now. I don't care how much he likes Mitch McConnell, how much he respects Mitch McConnell. If he really cared, he would call on him to resign immediately, because this is not about Mitch McConnell. It's about America. But instead, RINOs have left us with this completely unnecessary, totally avoidable fiasco.
So the law as it stands was passed in 2024. It says that the governor has to call a special election.
The law stripped Governor Andy Beshear of the power to appoint an interim senator. Beshear would have 30 days to call the election, and candidates would then have 49 days to consider running.
All because of Mitch McConnell and John Thune and RINO Republicans. Think about that. A RINO-created crisis, all because these people, like Mitch McConnell, can't bring themselves to give up power. You might remember this moment. 90-year-old Democrat Senator Dianne Feinstein, who a month before her death forgot how to vote on the Senate floor.
Senator Feinstein.
Say aye.
Pardon me?
Aye. Yeah.
Just say
I would like to support a yes vote on this.
yeah, just say aye.
Okay, just
Great,
aye.
Aye. I think we have a problem. She would die a month later, by the way. But on the left, the problem is even worse. where the party is now being actively taken over by communists in socialist clothes.
We are winning from coast to coast, from every level of office. We are taking back our party and our country.
And right now, the most powerful Democrat in America, doesn't matter what you say, it's not the guy on the left, it's not Barack Obama, it's the communist from Uganda.
Who is the leader of the Democratic Party in your mind right now?
I mean, you know, Hakeem is at the top of the list, Hakeem Jeffries. But you know, when you don't have the White House, you're a little rudderless, right?
The Democrat Party is a party that has spent the last several years trying with all of their power not to offend anyone. They did this for so long that they allowed an actual communist in through the back door, and that's where we are right now. And it was all fun and games. It was fun and progressive for the first couple of years, but now they're taking over the party to the point where establishment Democrats like Chuck Schumer has never been more unpopular than he is right now. Chuck Schumer, who is also a Jewish man, but this Jewish man endorsed a guy with a Nazi tattoo for the Senate in Maine.